Hey guys, Vince over here, back with another video. I know this is a mess. Most of my collection is in a box. So, right now I can't really make the content I want to, in a sense, but I will still put this video out today because it is something that I wanted to do last year in form of an Instagram post, but I didn't really get that chance either. I just put it in my story and called it a day. But this time I wanted to go the extra mile. Instead of making an Instagram post showing off my top 10 LEGO figures of 2025, I thought, why not make it into a video? That way I also have content to put on here. So yeah. Now I just want to make something perfectly clear before we begin. I unfortunately do not physically have all the figures on this list, and one of them still even in a box, because I have an immensely massive backlog of LEGO sets that I still need to open and build. So I'm going to be putting up pictures for those figures that I don't have yet. And also, I do like to have my figures be as accurate as what they're representing as humanly possible. For example, this Superman over here, whoops, comes with blue legs in the set, completely blue legs, but, well, obviously you can tell I have him with his underwear and red boots. Personal modification. So yeah, there are some figures on this list that do have modifications made by me, but I'm ranking them as the way they come in the LEGO sets. So without further ado, I'm gonna push aside some honorable mentions and then we can finally get on with the list. Okay, I said honorable mentions, but there are some I just want to talk about. For example, the Ninjago Monstrosity Legends Kai figure. If I can just get the camera to focus there. And you can tell this figure does not look anything like he came in the set, and that's because I do not like this figure one bit. He looks way cooler in the show. Or not the show, but the short animation he came in. He looks way better there compared to this figure, and this figure I've given him a mask, I've switched out the arms. So yeah, this figure, not worthy of the top 10 at all. You will not see a single storm suit in this ranking because I do not like these suits. They are the worst suits Dragons Rising has put out so far. And I say so far because next year we're getting this abomination. Maybe I'll like them more in person. Now it's time for the actual voice crack nominations. Honorable mentions. We have the Dragonian Warrior. I think this figure is really cool. It's also got a fire-breathing face print on the back. You can't really see that. Hold on. But unfortunately, that doesn't appear in the show. These guys can't breathe fire. They're all mute. They just snarl and growl and do savage dragon stuff. And then I also want to highlight, just why I had them up front and center, the Dreams figures from this year. They went all out. I really love these figures. Let me just focus in on them for a little bit. We got 0, 1 Dream Smasher, who, if you own this figure, you can see I've modified him. D-Shock, and finally Cooper, who is not with these villainous characters, but, he's still a great figure that I decided to include here. So yeah, these guys are really good, just not top 10 material for my list personally. And finally we have CMF figures from the start of this year, Plush Toy Collector and Jetpack Racer, I want to say. Both solid figures, just, again, not top 10 material. And with that out of the way, let's get on to the real top 10. Starting off at number 10, we have the Iron Spider minifigure, released in 2 sets, but the one we're looking at today is the one released in the Iron Spider bust, which has the currently exclusive arm printing, as you can see there. These, the Waldo builds do not come in any sets. These were actually designed by a friend of mine, so I took the design and applied it onto my personal copy of the Iron Spider, which he also provided, many thanks. And then I also threw in the Homecoming Stark suit leg print, because this guy comes with dual mold legs, but without any print. So yeah, a top 10 figure where only 2 parts are actually on the figure, a bit ironic, considering all my previous statements about how I modify figures like Superman over here, who could have also been on this list, but the figure's not top 10 material. The movie is the best movie that came out this year, though. But yeah. I'm gonna blitz through these next two because I do not physically have these on hand right now, and one of them is still in a box. Number 9 is Zane, specifically this suit right here. I know it doesn't appear in the show, it sucks, but I really like how the suit looks. The dark red, the light blue, the white, they all blend so well together, and I'm sad that this suit does not appear in the show because, wow, what a waste. It's a great Zane suit. And it's a shame it doesn't show up in the show. You can tell my main problem with this suit is that it doesn't appear in the show. Moving on to number 8, we have Kerr, the Elemental Master of Decay. Great figure, has an awesome arm print. I just don't physically have her right now. She's still in the box. But, well, moving on, here we have a figure that I physically do have right now at the number 7 spot, sorry. Rox from the Forbidden 5. She looks even tinier on camera. Yeah. With her awesome face print. Great details. Move back to improve focus. Okay, camera. And again, I did mod this figure to have a torn cape, as that's what she has in the show. Although I did also cut this one up a bit so it would match her height a little bit. As you can see here with Noct, the capes are different sizes because I cut one to be smaller. And yeah, let's move on to number 6, which is a figure again I don't have physically with me right now. Sora. Great figure, I love all the details. Goes really well with the rest of the suits despite being, like, what's the word? Like, Sora and all the ninja have their own unique costume designs in Dragon's Rising, but like her suit still goes really well with the rest of the main team suits, and I really like it for that. Speaking of the main ninja suits, we have Lloyd here at the number 5 spot. I love this Lloyd suit. Like, the dark red is an excellent look for Lloyd. I doubt he'll ever use it again, but again, it is very nice to look at. The dragon shoulder pad is an awesome piece, and I really love it. Yeah, solid figure. At number 4, again, a figure I do not physically have with me is Eren, specifically his black suit. I think I can never decide what my favorite Eren suit is. I love all of them so far, except the latest one. I think that one looks a little weird. That one I have to see animated to fully grow an opinion about it. But anyways, back to this year's Eren suit. I love it so much. The colors, again, fantastic. Wouldn't change a thing. And at the number 3 spot, reaching the top 3, we have my favorite ninja, Kai, in his spectral ghost hunter suit, whatever we're calling these things. This figure is amazing. I just knocked over a figure. Oh, the number 1 figure, but we'll get to that later. Orange, like plain orange, is an interesting pick because most Kai suits nowadays use a bright, like flamish yellow-orange color. So I'm using solid orange, was an interesting choice, but I do like how it looks. Here I have my custom Kai with his full hood on, and then Kai without any hood at all, because the way this armor works, it's one piece, and so you can't have the ninja without their mask, without taking off the full armor, but obviously I don't want that, so I sanded down a copy to have no mask. So that way he can look the way he did in the series. And that's how I have 3 of them, because this figure is insanely accessible, coming in a $10 set. I recommend him. I recommend the set. Yeah. And that brings us over to our number 2, who unfortunately I do not have on hand. Rogue. This figure took a really long time to grow on me, but at the end of the day, I think it's fantastic. I love the dark blue, and the sand blue is a nice touch. And Rogue in the show, well, okay, let's stop calling him Rogue. He never even addresses himself, or no one addresses him as Rogue. It's obviously Jay, but I loved him in Season 3 of Dragon's Rising, and I feel like that has to do with bumping him up all the way to number 2. Because I couldn't put Kai at number 2, but I really felt like Jay, like his bounty hunter suit, just has a small edge over Kai. And with that, let's go over to the number 1 spot. Gwen Stacy, aka Ghost Spider, or Spider Woman. I call her Ghost Spider personally, but you know, to each their own. This figure is fantastic, bro. The arm print, leg print, everything. I love Gwen Stacy as a character, so you know, it's a little bit biased. This hairpiece that they introduced for her, amazing. She has a nice face print, double-sided. She also comes with the hood element. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Oh, lucky shot, I can. Donked over a figure. And then she also comes with this little photo of her and Miles. Very cute. And so yeah, that rounds off today's ranking of the top 10 minifigures of 2025 as I continue to knock figures over from this little base that I have them in while I make this video. I know this was very scrapped together, but like I said, I can't really make videos right now. So this one was, again, scrapped together, but, you know, hopefully you guys still enjoy it. I enjoyed making it. Thank you for watching, and have a super-tastic day, guys.